Before we get into the rest of the video where we're cooking and doing good stuff, this will all make sense later, I promise, but which one do you like less? Doing the dishes or doing the laundry? Because everybody has a chore that they like the least. So with that in mind, you don't have to, but if you do me the small favor, just, like and subscribe, because believe it or not, that helps. And we're so close to our next subscriber milestone. It would really mean a lot to us. But dishes or laundry, which one is worse and why? There's comments down there. Maybe drop a few words. We'll even interact with you. So we're making foil packet cheesy sausage and peppers. It's up on the screen right now, you can see what it is. It's very vegetable heavy, can be seen here, but we're gonna wind up cooking up some sweet Italian sausage here in a little bit. Let's go in there. But my peppers, they get just a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper. If you've ever been camping and you've made a meal in the campfire with a tinfoil pouch, that's an idea of what we're doing. All right, so we divide our vegetables up, third onto each packet, and then a little bit of marinara. Now marinara is good, but I prefer to make my own, so that's what I got going on over here. I remember growing up thinking cast iron is so cool, but then I got some and I realized I wasn't good at cooking with it, and I kept ruining it. And in fact, I think I went through 3 or 4 cast iron skillets before I figured out how to use one and how to properly season one. So if you want something super cringe, Garen using a cast iron skillet, realizing he can't use it, and then getting rid of it. Yeah, it was bad. Now I've already got the oven preheated because I'm not actually cooking these on a charcoal grill. All right, packet 1, packet 2, and packet 3. All right, so those suckers are gonna go into the oven for about 25 minutes, but in that time, I'm gonna be able to start prepping my sausage. While I cook, I think one of the most important things that I actually do is dishes. And it's one of those things, I hate doing the dishes, I really do. It is hands down one of the worst parts of living in a house and being an adult. I don't like the dishes. If you do, that's cool. You might want to get yourself checked, that's a little messed up, but in order to cook the way I want to cook and to do the things I want to do, we gotta do dishes. So that's what we do while the sausages cook. So we've been doing these Skinnytastes, and none of them have been overly difficult, but they've each had their own level of something different to them. And in this case, it was making my own marinara. It is very delicious, very low calorie and very low point. But each meal that we've cooked has had its own just little bits. Shrimp, I've always had a hard time cooking shrimp. That one's difficult. We made avocado egg rolls earlier this week. And when your avocado whispers to you at 2 a.m., I'm ready. There's not a lot that you can do about that. So I threw in my chunked avocado with the sun-dried tomato and the red onion, and it slowly turned into essentially a guacamole, or a really rough guacamole. And we were able to fill the egg rolls with that. But like I said, every single meal that we've cooked has had its own little level of difficulty. So while pan broiling salmon, essentially grilling from the top, is not a hard thing to do, pulling it out in order to get the glaze on, that was its own level of tricky. Andrea and I had tried this way years back, and Skinnytaste didn't work for us then. We either understand cooking better now, or I don't know, maybe the recipe's changed. It turned out a lot better this time. Peppers, cheese, sausage. Now, any good cook would have been tasting this along the way, which I did. It's actually really good. It's an awful lot of food right there.
I mean, it looks like breakfast to me.
It is, but what were you saying?
I notoriously hate shakes. Like, they're just...
I love milkshakes.
No, I meant like...
Oreo and
protein
caramel.
shakes,
Oh.
meal replacement shakes, Nutrisystem shakes, if anybody remembers. The Premier Protein Coffee. I like this one. And you chill them and you drink them and it tastes like...
While you hold that. There we go, that way. You can see a label.
160 calories, 30 grams proteins, 1/3 of my day. This one I like for putting in actual coffee.
And what is that one?
This one's just vanilla.
I like the vanilla one. With weigh-ins coming for this guy, I'm running a relatively hefty calorie deficit, so I'm sitting about 1,400 a day. And for breakfast each morning, I'm killing off one of these and a cup of coffee. And because I'm an old man, I've also got fiber and antacids and all sorts of stuff that goes into my breakfast of various things. But then I do it again at lunch, but then I include a banana, because who doesn't love a banana? I also include a piece of cheese, because who doesn't love cheese?
Recently, for breakfast, that's why I was like, wait, don't move too far.
What is that you're holding?
These are the ciabatta rolls from Costco, which we bought for one of the Skinnytaste meals, the Italian beef.
Yeah, they usually come in like a 12 count.
I've been eating one of these, which is 210 calories.
220.
20, sorry. And 2 tablespoons of this.
There we go.
Which I got at Wegmans. You can probably get whipped chive cream cheese anywhere, but this one is 60 calories and 2 tablespoons.
Yeah.
So between this and that, this is a breakfast for under 300 calories, and it's actually keeping me full till lunch, which I was consuming one of these for 160 calories, leaving me plenty of calories left for dinner and a snack if I want one.
The protein, everybody always talked about how protein keeps you full when I was growing up, and I didn't really believe it. And this has done really good things.
I was hungry today at like 1.
Isn't that because you hadn't actually eaten anything or had anything?
I just ate the bread and my pills. I don't know what the calorie count in my pills is.
But pills and bread is...
Well,
Would
because
you eat pills?
So we used to do intermittent fasting, right? Where we didn't eat till like noon and then we ate till 8 and then we stopped. And maybe I'll do that again eventually, but right now my medications say to take some of them with food, and I have taken them without food. And yeah, regrets. So I've been eating the bread in the morning. So let's get back to the topic at hand here.
Yes, Skinnytaste.
Overall.
Fantastic.
Really?
I've thoroughly enjoyed it now for 2 reasons. Reason one, which was good. Food was good. We'll come back to that in just a second though. But reason two, since it was your idea, you wanted to be invested in it, which meant you were spending time in the kitchen, you were helping with the cooking, and
I'm a very good cook, but I let you cook. You tend to start, I shouldn't say I let you.
let me.
You tend to start cooking while I'm still working.
Okay, I get that. Like we did the turkey meatballs and you were right there. We were side by side. Because of there was the investment of you wanted to see what it was. I thought it was really nice that you were right there in the kitchen as well. You were just as invested in the meal turning out as I was. And so that was my number two that I thought was great with it. But the number one part was, it was good.
What I really liked about it was it's almost borderline Whole Foods. It's not Whole30. I just didn't buy a can of refried beans. I made the refried beans.
I was all about the Brussels sprouts.
By doing so, though, I controlled the salt. I would rate the overall of Skinnytaste a huge success, so much so that I invited my friends to taste some of the meals we made throughout the 3 weeks. And one of them approached me and said, next time you make a meal plan, can you double it for me and take me to the store with you? I want to do it too. So what's the worst thing we made? I feel like the baked beans didn't turn out as good as they could have.
I'm gonna jump on you there. Yeah, the baked beans, and that's just because I don't like ketchup. But it wasn't ketchup. Haha, gotcha.
It was tomato sauce and spices.
It was ketchup from Trader Joe's, and we determined that nothing good comes from Trader Joe's.
Literally, read the back. It's tomato paste and spices.
And potentially rocks.
I'm serious though. If I took a can of tomato paste and added the exact same spices, would you eat it then?
Oh no. Because then it's ketchup.
No, it's not. It's tomato paste.
I don't know. This is, hey, if I'm 99 pounds and I ate 1 pound of nachos.
I just think that you're being unreasonable right now. You take tomato paste and add Italian seasoning and salt to it and call it marinara.
Oh, whoa, no. Use tomato sauce. Totally different ingredient.
Okay, if I use tomato sauce and add spices, is it ketchup?
No, because ketchup requires tomato paste and various other things that aren't found in
But you use paste.
marinara.
What did you use it in? I saw you use it. What was it in?
I'm gonna let her chew on that one for a
It
minute.
was the marinara sauce the other day.
Nope.
Yes, it was. For the
You mean yesterday?
foil packets, yeah.
No, that was tomato sauce. Came in a 16-ounce can, not a 4-ounce can.
You used tomato paste and complained that every recipe only called for like a spoonful of it. What was it?
Okay, so my big problem with tomato paste is the fact that it comes in this 4 or 6 ounce can. It's a very tiny can, and you're like, that's so little tomato paste. And then you cook something, and you're like, wow, I used exactly 1/3 of that, 1/4 of that. And you can't really close the can back up. I know you can get it in those little metal tubes that look like they're filled with oil paint, but
What did you use it in?
I don't remember. It was something, but it was good. So it was an ingredient. Okay, here we go.
But I bet that had spices.
Well, no, this is like, you're not gonna make a cake with mayonnaise. You're gonna put oil and eggs in your cake, and you put oil and eggs into mayonnaise, but you're not gonna put mayonnaise into a cake because they're totally different things.
The only thing that's different between them is whisking the egg white.
This is like the thing with the aeration and the actual incorporation of the oil into the eggs. This is like people that put ketchup into barbecue sauce. You don't do that either.
Every recipe calls for ketchup.
It is
in
a
it.
half-ass way of doing it.
What if I told you a gourmet chef tells you to do it that way?
Well, I will tell you, the gourmet chef still did it wrong, and he's half-assing it.
I'm gonna go get Alton Brown's book and prove you wrong.
And that's fine. You can. Alton Brown is scientific.
What
so
about
adding,
Joshua Weissman?
building a barbecue sauce off of ketchup is a half-ass way of doing it.
I bet
Add
Babish says to do it that way
Add
too.
your ingredients. They may be the same ingredient. This is the hill I will die on.
I don't know if you know this, but this man hates ketchup. Hates it. And it's unjust. It's unjust.
You know, to each their own. Because there are a lot of things that I love that you're like, I'm never eating that.
Like what?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sure I'll think of something later. It's not important.
All right, what was the best thing we made?
I'm torn because anything with the beans in it was awesome.
The
But
refried beans were I made a bean and cheese burrito
yeah, you
out
did.
of those. Ha.
We made nachos one night, and you can see that on the screen. Ah, look at Garen and Andrea making nachos. That's amazing. But with the...
Turns out the chips will get you.
Oh my goodness, the chips will get you. But what we were looking at is the beans were so good. Our daughter Lily, she's all like, I hate beans, but I'll try the beans. And so she puts on like maybe, I kid you not, a teaspoon worth of beans. But she tastes it. And she's like, Well, we turn our backs and we come back later, she's making more food and she's just like slathering it on there. She's like, no, the beans are good. Don't judge me.
And I was surprised by the turkey meatball skillet. That was really good.
That was really good.
That might have been what you used the tomato paste in.
Yes, that's exactly where it went. 2 tablespoons worth.
I also want to follow up before I forget. Garen, I told you bought me jewelry.
Fancy jewelry.
Yep, so here's my ring. Glorious, lovely. We'll take a picture.
That's a fancy ring. You should put your hand down like this. But
so, 20 days of Skinnytaste. I asked Lily earlier on. She enjoyed it.
Yes, she did.
I asked Garen.
I enjoyed it.
I did too. So I think we're going to keep doing it.
Yep.
So anyways, we are about to take a trip.
Yes, we are. Oh.
By the time they see this, we'll be back from our trip.
We will be. And Adventures with Garen and Andrea is live. By the time you see this, it is live. So if you haven't done so already, jump on over there. Or wait. Yeah, right there. Click on the thing and maybe take a peek. So, super cool. So, let's go pack. We'll get ourselves some dinner. And we'll move on from there.
If you haven't yet, ring that bell.
Ding, ding.
Like, subscribe.
All that. So, cool. We're going to go get ready to go on a trip. Thanks for being here, folks.
We're going on a trip.
Don't do that. We'll get copyrighted.